Hi Leo, we're going to do your love reading. Well, I think this might be an everything reading. I'm not totally sure yet. How are you guys? So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is general, so cannot resonate for everyone. If I say he, she, please know I'm not referring to a gender. I'm referring to energy. We all have feminine and masculine. So, and it's timeless. So the intention is that anybody who's drawn to watch it will get something out of it, even if it doesn't completely resonate. But you just got to, take that information. If you want something more detailed, I have almost personals. Those are what I do instead of personals because they're a fraction of the price. They'd come through like personals because not very many people watch them. So those are a great alternative. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm getting something about options and maybe needing to change direction because there may be something that is not all what it's cracked up to be, or not all what you once thought it was, not quite getting the reward, or there's a false sense of self somewhere here. And I will probably read you a message about that. I don't know what's wrong with my throat suddenly. I haven't talked, I guess, much this morning, but interesting. Anyway, somebody might need to work on their throat chakra. You can always hum, that's where that whole Om thing came from, the ancient monks and all that vibration. Anything that puts vibration in your throat is good for your throat chakra. What blocks your throat chakra is not saying what you need to say. And there's also binaural beats you can listen to, but throat chakra I think is probably the easiest to clear, because you can hum, sing, gargle, anything that makes, puts vibration there. Okay, so we have 3 of Pentacles. I get this but you're not leaving. So yeah, this might be a money reading. I'm not sure. I feel love though too. So take it how it resonates. It could have to do with love. This is all just pre-shuffle. We're going to lay out a spread. But it looks like there might be some continuing to pursue or go into something that's not cooperating. Like 3 of Pentacles is collaboration, cooperation. And the 6 of Swords is going away from a situation, but this looks like you just keep perpetuating it by sticking around, something like that. You may need to change directions. It's okay to say that it's okay to accept, well, maybe this is not as fulfilling as I thought. Spirit is always redirecting. Definitely, they're constantly redirecting me. Because, and I ask them to. Let me know, put a monkey wrench in it or a glitch in things when I'm not on track. See again, yeah. And the star, this came out during the pre-shuffle twice. I'm going to lay out a spread next. So we've got 9 of Wands and 9 of Swords. But they're going towards each other. So it's like furious, fast action going forward, but then this one's coming towards. It's almost like maybe some of you are on the wrong path, and that's why it's being blocked or collided. It's like maybe you make some progress, but there's something unsatisfying. And here the star card came out on another deck, and it made me think of vanity. So the star card is Aquarius energy, but it's about hope and healing. And I kept getting vanity. So, and like being a star, like literally being a star, like maybe a social media star. I feel like, I don't know how much I should get into this yet right now in case the story doesn't go this way, but just let me just give you a little tiny tidbit of what I picked up on. While I shuffle, I feel like there's a certain social media platform, I'm not going to say it, because I don't know if it's tied in or if I'd get censored. You guys, please hit thumbs up. Let's see if we can get my videos back into circulation. I think I don't want to take any chances because I want to get the videos back going. But please hit thumbs up and leave comments and help me get this video circulated. Also, thank you to those of you who already do that, especially those of you who hit like when the video first publishes. It warms my heart every time. Thank you so much for that support. But what I'm really kind of struggling with for the collective right now is there's a certain platform that seems to be rewarding the wrong thing. And like there's just an overwhelming amount of posts that are nothing but just look at me. And there's no message, it's just, I feel really fearful for those people, because they might be getting like a temporary sense of self, or a false sense of value. And because of that, they're chasing, I feel really worried for those people. And I think there's probably going to be a big fallout of people who get a lot of attention because of their beauty, but there's nothing really behind it, you know. They're not chasing they're not pursuing their talent, or their maybe a purpose, or an interest that they'd have to work towards and really earn validation, because they're getting quick false validation from, you know, beautiful images, and some of those images aren't even accurate, you know. They're filtered and stuff. So I'm serious, that has just been weighing on my heart big time lately. So just take that how it might resonate, and we might dig into that deeper here in a little bit. But anyway, so we have Two of Pentacles. That's juggling. You might need to redirect your attention, whether it's towards somebody that you love, or yeah, there's some sort of false sense of what will make you happy here. This is Ace of Swords. That's truth, clarity. Could be an apology, but I'm not really feeling that so much. And the Moon is an illusion. And there you are, the Sun. Yeah, I feel like, Leo, there's something needing, we'll lay out a love spread, but there's something needing to come through about what's truly going to make you happy. And it's not, it's a constant letdown that you feel like loyal to, maybe that you want to keep trying for. Daydreaming. I know I keep saying I'm going to lay out a love spread. I am, I promise. I think there's something better that you're missing out on, or that you haven't tapped into yet, because there's some sort of false sense of happiness coming from something else. Okay? And that's okay if you recognize it and, you know, tweak. All right, let's do a love spread. I'm going to shuffle and just draw from the top. Otherwise, I keep getting tempted to see what flies out. And the cards that are flying out have been pretty redundant, so I think I already got that message. It's one more thing is, I feel like there might be, you might need to do a change or let something end, but it's like you put so much into it. If it's a love interest, it's like you dedicated so much, or you put so much of yourself into it. There's the Two of Wands again, and the Four of Wands. Wow, foundation. But this Death card here is screaming a need for, you know, it's okay to have to redirect, and it's kind of like, maybe I put so much into it, I don't want to let go now, or if there's something not satisfying, there's something better. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Two more and then I'll lay them out. How are you guys? Let me know in the comments. I love y'all's comments, by the way. I love to hear where you're watching from. Even if you just say hi, that will help the channel, help me, help the channel. Also, if you're not subscribed, please do that, because that strengthens your connection to me. Okay. All right. Okay, so conflict. It's so funny because this is Truth, Clarity, Ace of Swords. So it's so funny because I almost burned a bay leaf for you guys, and to set an intention, and I was going to make it about clarity, purpose, direction, and it looks like you might be conflicted about that. So in the recent past, we have a painful ending. What's crowning is Ten of Cups. What's next is tradition, truth, tradition, heart of the matter is the Six of Cups. You may have a return. And there may be some element of not getting the validation or the recognition that you deserve. So maybe wanting to find it in other areas that aren't really legit, or I don't know. Okay, there's an Aries involved maybe. We also have Taurus, Virgo, Pisces. Everything is screaming a new beginning. With that Fool card, something maybe leaning towards something more traditional. If you're in a strong, stable job or, career path that you are considering leaving for, the whole social media thing, I would be really, really careful with that. Because that satisfaction is very, it's not sustainable. So these are just clarifiers. Hermit, Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Eight of Cups, leaving a difficult situation or a difficult, there's that Star card again. There's some sort of false sense of security, false sense of happiness that I think you're being big time warned to move away from, or to stay in a more stable. There's a lot of emphasis on foundation. I know this is a love reading, or it was supposed to be a love reading. I'll pull some love cards here in a minute. But this, clarifying the Ten of Cups, is the Four of Wands. In order to gain this happiness, you really have to have this firm foundation. So whether this is in with a love interest or not, be careful not to chase a false sense of security, because in that situation you will constantly be needing more. A false sense of validation. If there's a platform, I don't want to mention it, starts with a T. I'm really worried about it. It's just, I wonder how many of those people that are just getting their, dopamine rush from posting a photo or something vanity. There's a couple of platforms like that. And I wonder how many of those people actually have a talent, that they could be nurturing and developing with work and dedication. So I'm going to say, if you don't have, a lot of you are not going to apply, this is not going to apply to many people, but if you don't have, most of you I do believe have something, but if you don't have a talent that you know of or that you're aware of yet, you do for sure, I promise you. Just start playing with your interest, thinking about interest, and then start nurturing it. Start nurturing it and dedicating yourself to getting better at it. And then over time you develop skill, you get better. That's the way to go on social media, more than the, fake, phony, fast likes and chasing likes type thing. That's the long term. That is what's going to be giving you satisfaction and purpose long term. Okay? Temperance. Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to hear this message is very much about avoiding a very unsatisfying path. Let me see. This is a very different reading. Let me grab a love deck so we can start over with the love. We'll do a real quick love reading. So you guys let me know too in the comments what, I'm really just like, what is going on with these? It's like almost like the platform. Some of those platforms are just rewarding things that are kind of dumbing us down, you know, instead of things that are raising us up. Okay, your energy. King of Swords could be dealing with a air sign. Okay, death overall, ending. Okay, so this could have to do with not getting the attention or validation or recognition from somebody that you have a love interest with. That King of Swords, his sword is down. Another Five of Wands, conflict, competition. Nine of Wands. Gosh, this is not the happiest reading ever. So your person that you're thinking about is making progress. I do feel like they're watching you. I'm feeling Page of Swords. I also feel like they're wondering about how to move forward. Well, how they see you is competition, maybe competitive. And you know, how they see the situation, they definitely feel like it's not over. And what's the next step? I think they are probably going to apologize or come forward and try and do better. What you cannot see behind the scenes, Nine of Swords. Oh my gosh, I felt the Page of Swords. There it is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's where I was feeling up here. I felt Page of Swords with this Three of Wands. I felt like it was not the Three of Wands says this, but the Three of Wands, I'm feeling like that card is representing somebody watching, what are they doing? How do they move forward? How do they come forward after what they've done, maybe? And I also think some of you guys may be hurting over somebody's lack of acknowledging. Wow, see, Tarot's advice, if you choose to take it as Four of Wands, it's building a strong foundation. It's you may need to bail out of something you've been dedicated to rebuild a strong foundation. That's where your long-term happiness is going to be. There's a really strong need we got the Ace of Swords again, really strong need to start over and being, truthful, honest, probably with yourself and others of what you want, what's going to make you happy long-term. So you do have a return. And there's the Temperance again. Is somebody drinking? What's that Temperance about? Temperance is patience, balance. Maybe you need to be patient. Interesting. Just, what's the Temperance card? The Sun. That's where your happiness is going to come. It's going to come from not rushing the situation. I'm going to grab an oracle. Okay, no, I know what I want to do. I want to read you guys this. This is your oracle I already drew for you. Seven of Earth, okay? So this is like, where are you going to put your energy? And focused attention. This is such a great message right here. So it says, opening to a new strategy, being at a crossroads, a decision to be made. As I reflect on my progress to date and see where I stand, I contemplate whether I want to continue singing the same song or change my tune. And I'm going to tell you guys, this Seven of Earth, Seven of Pentacles came out multiple times in pre-shuffle with not just this deck, another deck also. This is the Good Tarot. Okay, so I am always free to go back and reimagine what I might co-create. If what I manifested does not serve me as I thought it might, I don't have to be afraid to admit it's no longer for me. Whatever I choose to do, I am not afraid to start over, for I feel assured that Spirit will always support my highest good. I'm going to read you one more. And then we'll do a manifestation card. Nothing remains the same, and I need to accept that life evolves through cycles of birth, death. Okay, that was the Death card, and it's in reverse. death, and rebirth. Now is a time of transition as things are changing from one form to another. I need to allow this to happen for the highest good. I am called to let go of the old so I can welcome the new. So this major time of transformation, I feel like you've got major abundance in something that just needs to be tweaked, okay? I'm going to pull something else real quick. Long reading. I try not to do the, look at where I split the deck. Forward motion and death. Transition is going to bring progress. Okay. I feel like I try not to do these long readings just because they take forever to upload. So, anyway, I know my readings are not consistent, but oh my gosh, there it is again. Wow, Temperance. That's like the 5th time it came out, Temperance. So I'm going to read it in my book that always helped. I'm starting to love, I just love this good tarot book. It's by Colette Baron. It's not an easy tarot deck to do. It's not the easiest. But. Okay, so screaming message here. Don't cut corners. You know, you may need to tweak and redirect. I'm going to read Temperance. Because this gives me a, it's like a, I don't know, it just gives a different outlook. This card reminds me that patience will bring me into recognition and alignment to my purpose. All my needs are being met even though I may not see it on the outer visible world. The angels are looking out for you. Moderation in all things is required now. So strong message not to, you know, chase or get sucked into that rabbit hole of certain social media outlets or love relationships or however it applies to you that can, you know, take you down a fast path of false validation. All right, I love you guys so much. Please let me know in the comments. You do have a return. I know the reading didn't really focus on that. We'll do another reading. We'll follow up, or I'm going to try and get a lot more readings going again. But you do have a return. That just wasn't the heaviest emphasis on this reading. Okay, I love you guys. Let me know. Bye, Leo.